Hello and welcome to this Tribal Wars event. This week it is a special spooktacular Halloween event, so all the tribes are going to be very scary. I, for one, am playing vampires today. Oh well, I say today, but I'm actually recording this intro several days after because, well, let's say it's been a busy week and just ignore my own laziness in the problem. But anyway, this is Mardu Vampires, black splashing white and red. It is a mid-range on the controlling end of mid-range, so basically I just wanted to play with Bloodline Keeper, and I don't know where else it would fit. So we've got Bloodline Keeper as a finisher. Create tokens. I mean, it's mainly here just to create tokens. Flying tokens are a good way to finish the game, and the transformation is nice if you get to it. Olivia Voldaren, another good finisher. Flying, removal. Well, flying gets bigger, removes small creatures, and can steal big creatures, or steal anything that's a vampire. Vona, Butcher of Magam, lifelink, and destroyed target non-land permanent for 7 life. Mavren Fane, another sort of finisher. Just whenever the vampire attacks, create a 1/1 vampire creature token with lifelink, so that can get out of control. Mathis, Fiend Seeker. This is a new one to the deck for today. Menace, at the beginning of your end step, put a bounty counter on target creature an opponent controls for as long as that creature has a bounty counter on it. It has, when this creature dies, each opponent draws a card and gains 2 lives, so basically at the end of your turn you mark an opposing creature for death, and then when it dies you draw a card and gain 2 lives, so good in a deck with tons of removal. Vampire Nighthawk, just a solid classic flying death touch lifelink, all very useful, trades with anything and does a good job of racing. Drana, Liberator of Malakir, flying first strike, when it deals combat damage for player, put a 1/1 counter each attacking creature you control, so it's a pseudo lord. I don't really have many lords and many classic vampire lords in this deck, but this is a sort of pseudo lord that pumps up with +1/+1 counters attacking creatures, but being a flying first strike creature that pumps itself up whenever it deals damage just makes it solid, even if it's not pumping anything up, it's just growing itself. And the fact that it's first strike and whenever it's deal combat, it puts a +1/+1 counter on each attacking creature you control. Means it'll usually grow everything you're attacking with before they actually deal damage to anything, which is nice. Keru Mindeater, it's just another one of Menace. Whenever it deals combat damage to play, that player exiles a card from their hand face down. Look at and play cards exile with Keru Mindeater. It's a very powerful, kind of flimsy at 1/3, but it does have Menace to help get through. It's sort of it's pretty situational, because if you get to cast it on turn 3, which obviously not guaranteed to with just 1, and then they need to have generally less than 2 creatures on the board to actually hit with it, and it becomes fairly worthless once they've emptied their hand. But still, it's a good long-term card advantage if they can't clear their hand out, so you can keep stealing things, and then even if you're not actually playing them and you're just stealing them, or you're just exiling them, that's still good card advantage. Gifted Aetherborn, the newer land-bound Vampire Nighthawk, just death touch lifelink, trades with anything, good at racing, good at holding off aggro decks. Gatekeeper of Malakir, I mean, this should really be 3-drop. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, target player sacrifices a creature, so it's just sacrifice effects, good in a deck that's removing everything. It's just removal in, even if it is untargeted within the actual tribe, which is always useful. Signing Blood. It's like play draws 2 cards and lose 2 life. Just keep the cards flowing. Then we have Terminate, Lightning Bolt, Swords to Plowshares. This is just our solid removal base. And Inquisition of Kozilek for attacking the hand. Very good turn 1 play usually. Gruul Drow's Assassin. This is just something to do on turn 1 that's actually relevant in the later game. Level it up and you can shrink creatures, remove creatures. And rounding it out with a couple of Relic of Progenitus is the spooky tribes, Halloween tribes often have graveyard synergies, and there is a special prize for casting All Hallows Eve, which is this Living Death-esque card. I suppose it's more like Living End. Exile with 2 screen counters. Remove 1 at the beginning of your upkeep, and if there are no more on it, put into your graveyard. In each player returns all creature cards from their graveyard to the battlefield. So there's a special prize for this because it is Halloween. So I suspect there will be some graveyard stuff going on. I used to have 4 Relic of Progenitus in the deck for the reanimate. A lot of the really powerful early quick reanimator spells got banned, but now I think 2 is fine. It's useful, and you can just cycle it away if it's not useful in the matchup. Anyway, that's the creature. That's the deck. We've just got some fairly obvious mana base, Badlands and Scrublands, as well as the tapped fetch lands and Shambling Vents to just another good way of extending the game and finishing it sometimes. Caracas, always useful in pretty much always useful in a deck that can use white. Plus we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legendary creatures in the deck. None of them are particularly useful to be bounced, but it's just useful to protect them. I think that's everything to talk about. I've gone on long enough. If my commentary during this video is a bit lacking, it's because during the event I had a beast of a headache, so bear that in mind, I guess. Get my excuse in here nice and early. Alright, let's see how it does. Okay, here we are for round 1 against Nagarjuna. We're on the draw, and we've got kind of an awkward hand, only 1 land, and it's not so bad if we get to 2. We can go Gifted Aetherborn for defense, and then Signing Blood to get to the 3rd, but I think the risk of not hitting the 2nd land is just too high. So I'm just going to mulligan. Well, and this is kind of awkward as well, but 2 tap lands, no red, and no 3rd black to kick the Gatekeeper. But I'm not getting down to 5. This is Naga has gone down to 5, but keeps there. Well, that is not so bad. Naga topped with the scry. Oh, but I guess it doesn't matter if he's cracking a fetch, it's irrelevant. And Vampire Lacerator, so it looks like the Vampire Mirror. Although probably a much more aggressive one if he's playing Vampire Lacerator. So just play Shambling Vents. I mean, there's no way to get red mana on turn 1 with Graven Cairns. So I was just trying to play a tap land. If Modo will allow me. There we go. Oops. So I guess it's a choice between Lightning Bolt and Gifted Aetherborn this turn. Gifted Aetherborn seems better to me. Ideally we want to save Lightning Bolt until after Mathis can get some value out of it, so I think against red, black and white he did nothing on turn 2. There's a decent chance this will actually just die immediately. Ooh, a Path to Exile. Do not mind that. Only got swamps as the basics though, so it doesn't help fix. Captivating Vampire. This is Vampire Lord with top 5 untapped vampires you control, gain control of target creature. Comes with vampire in addition to other types, so So I think it's more or less a question of how much I want to save removal until after Mathis. Obviously the way Mathis works, it's at the end of turn, at the beginning of your end step, so can't really use Graven Cairn to get double red to make use of both of them in the same turn. I think I'm just going to kick a Malak here and just play a tap land. From Kirk. That's the first strike Vampire Lord. I think at this point I wanted to just try and use a Lightning Bolt to clear out the first strike and try and just trade everything off. That with a couple of Shambling events, I'm very likely to win the long game. So I stop my own on upkeep so I can crack this, just thin out the tiny advantage of thinning. Okay, want to. Pretty sure I want to kill the captain before blocks, just in case something goes wrong. It's not too bad. Yes, I would love to continue to the next phase. Give the 8th one. Okay. Sacrifices for a Badlands. play a Caracas so I can use it to protect the Mathis. Black red. Take the 3. Attack the Shambling Event. So either want to kill. This is exile, and you only get stuff when they die from Mathis. So neither of them gives me anything. Taking out either of them takes 3 power off the board, since the Captivating Vampire is pumping the Gifted Aetherborn. Obviously, Lord's generally more powerful, but Death Touch and Lifelink is not irrelevant. It's just I think taking out the Lord is probably lower risk. Just do that. Let's just shamble on over that. Keep stopping again because I've got another Rocky Tar Pit, and we definitely don't want to be drawing any more lands at this point. Oh wow! It did not occur to me that this ability actually stacks. That makes sense, but. Get some more white mana because the Shambling Events plus the Caracas are putting pressure on my white mana. Alright, let's just Lightning Bolt the Aetherborn and see what we get. Kill everything he's got and then shamble. we go. So a mulligan down to 5, and then that was probably what allowed me to win most of all. Yeah, that certainly seems fine. Bit of disruption, a bit more disruption, a bit more disruption. Got all the colours. Ooh, a lightning bolt. Alright, let's go for the Donwell Inquisition. See what we're facing. Couple of lords. This is just the straight lords. Path to Exile. Attacks each opponent loses one. You gain 1 life, and then Vampires Nocturnus is just like the super lord. As long as you've got something black on top of your library. I'm going to take the Path to Exile to take the Keru Mind Eater. I've got the deck's got tons of removal. It's basically all it does. So I'm not super worried about the individual creatures. Ah, how rude. Okay. I mean, could be worse, but it could be better. There's a Legion Lieutenant. I'm trying to gatekeeper, just trying to keep things under control on the board. Gifted Aetherborn. Let's go for Drana. Gruul Drazi is on for the first, well, the second level, I guess technically. It's only -2, -2, which is not super good against gifted Aetherborn. Better against Legion's Lieutenant though. Fine, just taking 3 here. Attack with both. Sure. I've gone through both of these. Let's just level the Gruul Drazi up a couple of times. Another Lieutenant, so I'm taking 7 here. Attack back, and then I can bolt 1 Lieutenant, Gruul Drazi the other. I should be in a pretty fine shape, I would say. Let's just bolt before do this before anything else happens to pump them up, which could screw things up for me. Don't expect this to actually matter at all. Let's just spend all the mana though. His own Gruul Dryad's Assassin. But that. Will die to my own. Fortunately for me. Let's. Well. Just do that. And I think I will lead Drana back to defend this turn. She's got first strike, so she's good at battling the Aetherborn. Okay, that just takes out my own Gatekeeper, it's not a big deal. Presume he's just forgotten that Drana has first strike. Can't imagine anything else, yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna kill everything he's got. Shrink the Gatekeeper, shrink it to death. And then attack the Shambling Vent. You know what? Let's not run the risk of activating the wrong Shambling Vent. There we go. Okay, round one. The Vampire Mirror match. Mine was a bit more mid-rangey and Nagas seemed more aggressive, but fortunately for me he went to mulligan down to 5 in game 1 and then got stuck on 2 lands for quite a while in game 2 and allowed me to deploy my controlling effects and win the game, so hooray! Alright, here we are for the Spooky Times round 2. On the draw again against Diamond Dust. Seems like a fine hand. Got Lightning Bolt to control any turn 1 to control any aggressive deck, and then Cyan Blood to get me going. So keep. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Let's see what we're facing. Spectres. So this is destroy target non-legendary creature. Just target opponent discards a card. And this is battlefield, each opponent discards a card. Well, Nightveil Spectre is the most dangerous card. And it deals combat damage to a player. That player exiles the top card of their library, and you may play the exiled cards. But it's a 3 mana. It's a 3 toughness creature, so that's not super scary. Cast down is only kind of removal, but I think I'm just going to take the 2 for 1. Liliana Spectre. Just each opponent discards a card when it enters the battlefield. in some signatures. Okay, seems fine. There's a Nightveil Spectre. Could cast Vampire Nighthawk. He'll cast it down, and then he can get in with the Nightveil Spectre. But no, it's not just. Let's just not risk it. Let's just lightning bolt this thing. Each target opponent discards a card. So I'm just going to discard the Devona. Too far away from actually doing anything with that. I should have lightning bolted that in response, so because it's 2 abilities. So that was a slight, well, exactly 2 life mistake, but oh well. Let's just play out the Nighthawk. Well, actually, which is... So I presume one of these, whatever I cast will probably get cast down, whatever I play. Viper Nighthawk is potentially more useful actually, just because it's a... well, not just, but partially because it's a flyer. If you look, it actually beats everything in combat that we've seen so far. Carry Mind Eater, obviously it's a powerful ability. Carry Mind Eater is much more fun. Let's just run the Vampire Nighthawk into the cast down. Okay, Shrieking Afflictions was a full-on rack type discard deck. And now let's go for the Keru. Might have to wait a moment while he reads this one. I don't think it's a... It was only in, I don't know, some ancillary product or something. I don't remember which. Came in the treasure chest on Magic Online, but maybe it was a Commander thing or something. Oh, has he got another removal? Ultimate price. Fair enough. Hey, you land. On an empty board, Bloodline Keeper seems more useful than Olivia. Although I suppose Olivia would survive both cast down and ultimate prize if he's got more of those kinds of removal in his deck, but still. Looks like he's flying out a little bit. Let's just play another Bloodline Keeper. I think I'm just going to leave the Swamp in hand, just because it's against a discard deck, and Shrieking Affliction obviously. If you got one or fewer cards in your hand, you lose 3 lives, so benefits from just holding some stuff in hand. Yeah, so just one more lands on his side. And let's get making some tokens. Yeah, let's activate them both now, and I can transform them both, and this will be a 6/6. And I think there's a decent chance that The only way I'll be able to get back from this is with a damnation. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Yeah, and he agrees. So there we go. Try and do that something similar again. Ooh. This is a pretty sketchy hand. How sketchy is it? Because playing against a discard deck, don't want to really mulligan unless you really have to. Against a Shrieking Affliction, kind of a Rack-esque deck. Yeah. On that merit, keeping it. Yeah, Shrieking Affliction. Oh. Yeah, let's just run out the relic. I don't think Spectres have anything super scary on 2 that I'd need to immediately swords. And against Shrieking Affliction in particular, having something in play that you can draw a card with is kind of useful sometimes. I mean, I'm not necessarily sure this situation is one of those times, but something that they can't discard, and then in your upkeep, you can crack it and draw out of the damage range. I should go for the Rocky Tar Pit. Looking like I'm not, I mean I've got tons of removal here, but looking like Diamond Dust is stuck on mana a bit here, so it's not likely that I'm going to have to cast multiple removal spells in this next turn. Just damage an opponent, that opponent discards a card at random. Okay. That is perfectly solvable. Stopping my upkeep, don't really want any more lands here, so get that tiny bit of thinning. And just pass the turn. Okay, so this time I'll do it correctly. Let's just discard Plateau. I think at this point I'm just going to crack the relic. Bloodline Keeper. I would not be surprised if the Bloodline Keeper dies here, but it doesn't look like it. I mean, it might have like a fatal... No, not a fatal push, because it doesn't have Revolt. Nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and ride this one Bloodline Keeper in play till to victory. That's fine. Discard a lightning bolt. Take a little bit of damage, but it's basically fine. You know, let's play the Bloodline Keeper. And just pass the turn. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna, rather than cast anything from hand, let's just transform some Bloodline Keepers. Let's swing with the tokens. Jumps with the Spectre, I guess that makes sense. Liliana Spectre or Spectre. It's just not a very good way to distinguish between them. And there we go. Bloodline Keepers. Okay, Lord of Lineage. Basically winning the match. Alright, there we go. Right, here we are for round 3 on the play against AJ. I know from spectating one of his previous matches in round 2 after I was finished, he's playing Demons. I think he's got a bit of ramp and a bit of reanimation with All Hallows Eve. This doesn't seem like a great hand. Lightning Bolt not likely to do anything. Krakus might be nice against some of the legendary demons. Don't have double back for Vampire Nighthawks. I'm just going to mulligan, I think. Well, yeah, it's mulligan. I mean, okay, this is pretty awkward as well, but I'm going to keep it. Definitely do not need to set a stop my upkeep because I love to draw lands, so I don't want to thin any out of my deck. Okay, no reason to crack this now in fact, because again I would love to draw lands, so okay. Maybe I should have kept that first hand. Whenever I won't cast a spell, puts a -1/-1 counter on Eternal. When it deals comment damage to player, remove all -1 and -1 counters. Okay, so this is pretty good against a player who's struggling to hit land drops. But we'll just solid Plowshares it. Do I want to do that now? Because if I draw a land, I'd like to play Gifted Aetherborn. I can't do that and Swords. But at the same time, I don't want to thin the deck of lands, but I mean that is very marginal. So let's just scrub land and Hey, and he only gets 4 life out of it. How fortuitous. Okay. Oh well, I'm sure I'm glad I got all these swords to plowshares to stop me from losing to 5/5s. Well, I'm not even sure how likely he is to have any more Inquisitionable cards in hand, but let's just have a look anyway. Hey, a Chinese Edict, and a Gristlebrand, and a couple of coffers. So, 2 mana to add black for each swamp you control. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we place that. God, I'm struggling to actually think how how to do the simple addition. Okay. So you'll have 6 mana next turn, and then 8 the next turn after that with the Gristlebrand. Okay. Hey. Can't play a Gifted Aetherborn with it, but at least I can bounce a Gristlebrand if I need to. But now the question is, do I sword it or Karakas it? I mean, he's got essentially as many cards as he wants at 27 life. That's just correct. Yeah, it's just correct. That's it. Make him discard an extra card. So if he's discarding a bunch of creatures, demons, he may have like a living death or something that he's drawn into, and then he'll just win. Yeah, I mean that's not. I mean, even if he doesn't, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Essentially, got another swamp, which I'm sure he must do. He'll have 10 mana, so. At the risk of sounding defeatist, I think my chances in this game are not high. Continues to do nothing. Just another Amit Eternal. And a Master of Feasts. And a Master of Feasts. Master of the Feast, in fact. Okay. So I guess the Master at least draws me a card, so let's just take out the Amit Eternal. Nothing. Okay. Okay. No land and nothing castable. This seems scary. Whip of Erebus. So we can bring back like a Desecration Demon? Pestilence Demon rather. So that's 17, 18, 19. And then I need to deal with both Master of the Feast and Whip of Erebus. So my next draw has to be something literally impossible. So let's hope for that. Fingers crossed. Oh, it wasn't something impossible. Okay. Well, that didn't go so well for me. But let's just try it again. Let's play first. Well, yeah, just keep it all. 2 tap lands and Lightning Bolt's not super useful against him, but it is what it is. Okay. Sure would like to draw that 3rd land. God, now I'm considering whether it's even just worth lightning bolting his face. I don't think there's anything better he can do. Not at this point. Ooh, Relic. Sure. That's not bad. Let's get Badlands. Is it another Amit? No, it's a Master of the Feast. Now the question here is whether I swords it immediately or try and get a draw off it. I think I'm going to wait, just because if I draw another land I might try and gatekeeper it instead of anything else. Did draw another land. But yeah, let's just gatekeeper it. Much as I would love to, oh no. No, this is not going to just... Okay. I thought, yeah. Let's make sure I'm actually casting it with Kicker first. Much as I would love to draw a card off the Master of the Feast. I'd also just like to cast some spells. And exile it. And pass turn. And pass the turn. Whip of Erebus. Well, I'm glad I've got a relic in play. Attack for 2. I'm pretty sure that AJ has Damnation in his deck, so consideration is whether I actually just want, whether I even want to run out the Vampire Nighthawk. No, I don't. That might well be a mistake, but that's what I've chosen. Jaina's Edicts, okay. At this point I'm just going to make an exile at Jaina's Edicts. I'm just going to Lightning Bolt him in the face now, because I'm pretty certain the Lightning Bolt's not going to do anything better. Unless he has like a Planeswalker in his deck, but seems kind of unlikely. With everything else he's got in there. Cabal Office represents a ton of mana, especially with Urborg, since it counts itself. So this could be a Griselbrand. Yeah, that's what it looks like. No. Razaketh the Foul-Blooded. Flying Trample, pay 2 life, sacrifice another creature, search your library for a card and put that card into your hand. Oh, it doesn't have any other creatures, so that is a very terminatable 8 mana card. In fact, 2-Eyed Gatekeeper. Sure, why not? I mean, the reason why not is Damnation, but I'm doing it anyway. Exile it, and then swing in for 2. Yeah, that's Damnation. Oh well. A second Urborg. Maybe he just forgot they were legendary. Ooh. Maybe he's just trying to build up a buffer of junk in his graveyard. Let's play a Keru Mind-Eater. exile target creature and all the creatures of the same name as that creature. Alright, goodbye Keru. And the reason to Relic of Progenitus at the earliest opportunity is just gives him less choices of what to exile, and also it just tends to make things quicker. Okay, let's terminate that. What do we want to sort it? Swords gives him tons of life, but it makes his graveyard easy to keep under control. Yeah, let's just swords it. Just gonna do some damage to me, I presume. Yeah. Inquisition. I think it's literally impossible that that actually hits anything. Let's just see what he's working with. I mean, I think it's, yeah, not likely he's got something less than 3. But also, if he draws anything, sorry, anything 3 or less. But if he draws anything 3 or less, he's going to cast it anyway. So I don't think it's going to get any better than that. Oh, pretty glad I got this Relic of Progenitus to sort of blank both these 2 cards, these 4 mana cards. Master of the Feast. Well, I think I'm going to let that draw me at least 1 card. Let's play a Gruul-Draz Assassin. Level it up a tiny little bit. Olivia isn't bad. Wayfarer's Bauble. Not super relevant at this point. Terminate. So he's cracking the ball now, so he can. I mean, I guess you can exile it to the relic, but then I can just untap and make an exile the demon. The Master of the Feast. Let's level up the Gruul-Draz. Attack for a powerful 2. And play a Gifted Aetherborn. I mean, he might draw a Damnation off the top and kind of punish that, but I certainly don't think that attacking for just 2 every turn is going to be very good, since you can, at any point you can just draw into like a Gristlebrand or something, and then they'll be in trouble. Just level this up. And then the 6 is a relevant amount of damage to attack for. will stop my upkeep to crack the Rocky Tar Pit. That marginal amount of thinning. And a Wayfarer's Bauble. Not super scary. Let's get red-black because of Olivia. Sign my own blood. Play a Shambling Event. Make no style something. And just play the other relic. And attack the 6. And just another land. So just shamble at him and attack for 8. And then Damnation won't do it because of the Shambling Event. Griselbrand won't do it because you can't, I can just terminate it and you can't draw any cards obviously. And Bloodsign definitely will not do it. I know he's got a lot of Hallows Even hands, so there's no point in Shambling Event. Hooray! Well, that was a fairly what was that, turn 16? That blazing fast turn 16 win. Yeah, this seems fine. Mind a relic or a faster clock, but there's only two relics in the deck now. Yeah, it went down to 2, and the deck is basically not capable of blazing fast of applying much pressure. Let's get the Inquisition going. Okay, Shinno's Edict and a pair of All Hallows Eves. Oh, you mulligan down to 5. So that's good for me. There's the Urborg. I'll just play Shambling Event. Urborg gives me all 3 mana for the Kicked Gatekeeper, so that's kind of nice. Go on, play a creature. Yay! Oh, I've got Scrubland anyway. Start kicking that Master of the Feast off the battlefield. Is he going to exile an All Hallows Eve here or something? I wouldn't mind a Relic of Progenitus off the top. Nah, just another Scrubland. Okay. a single Master of the Feast is not the most scary thing you could All Hallows back anyway. Or is it? That's gone and that's ticking down. So unless you get something to start putting things into his graveyard this turn. Not so worried about it. Just going to swing with a Shambling Vent. Create a token with the Bloodline Keeper. So this must come off at the upkeep, and this only draws me a card at the beginning of the upkeep, so I won't get it this turn, unfortunately. So let's create 2/2 vampire, please. So I think it's probably correct just to terminate and play a Scrubland, attack with everything except the Bloodline Keeper. So I think Damnation will probably be his best draw at this point, but with a Lightning Bolt and a Shambling Vent I'm not so... won't be completely destroyed by it. Yeah, there's Damnation. Yeah, I am just going to... swing with the vent. Ammit Eternal. So I know he's got All Hallows Even hand and one unknown, so it's just Lightning Bolt him, terminate the Ammit, and hopefully swing for the win. Unless he's got a... I don't remember if Chinese Idiot instant speed? No. Okay, he's didn't have anything. Hooray! Kind of cheesed my way to a win by having him mulligan down and then have a pair of All Hallows Eves. It didn't really do much, but... Hey, yeah, win's a win. Alright, we're having an extra round against AJ because I'm just in the mood to play some more Magic. I'd love to play first. Okay, not a very tribal hand, but it's keepable. Let's see if AJ's still playing demons or something else. This is looking very demonish. So he's got 2 lands, 2 Wayfarer's Baubles, Master and an Amit. I guess I want to take one of the Wayfarer's Baubles. Then he'll play the other Bauble, Inquisition, probably the Amit Eternal, and then remove the Master. But take... well, maybe I just take one of the creatures and then Inquisition next turn for the other one. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's take the Amit. I could always change. I mean, he'll just play the one of the Wayfarer, the Baubles now. Then if I can change my mind if I want. So I'll take the other Bauble. Let's just dismiss everything since we're gonna have another look. Just drew a land. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 lands regardless. Kind of seems like 4 is still the critical amount for him. I mean, it's obviously the curve goes all the way up, but 4 gets into Damnation and All Hallows and the Whip of Erebus. I think I'm just going to take the creature. I don't think the difference between him having 4 and having 5 is super relevant. I'll regret that when he gets up to 8 and plays Griselbrand, but that's the risk I'm taking. Leetrian Swamp, the other Wayfarer as well, probably. Yeah, there we go. And a Lightning Bolt. Alright, so start playing some Shambling Vents, and I will always certainly just bolt him at the end of turn, because again, like I said last round, I don't think it has any other function against him, except maybe being paired with a second bolt to kill a 5/5. So he's drawn a Cabal Coffers, so now I'm probably going to start regretting letting him having both Baubles, since they each represent 2 mana now. Let's shamble on over. So we can 6 mana. Doom Whisperer. Flying Trample, pay 2, Surveil 2 life. Which is look at the top 2 cards of your library, put any of them in your graveyard and the rest of the top of the library in order. So it's like a slightly better scry. So you can set up graveyard synergies as well. Okay. Guess I'm still just sorting. So he might spend a while doing this just to stock up his graveyard, since I'm giving him so much extra life to work with. I mean, I guess it's technically possible that he gets into Lightning Bolt range from this, but seems unlikely. That would be an amusing way to win though. But I mean, he has seen a lightning bolt, so it seems unlikely that he'd put himself in that position. Come on, do that last one. What he's thinking about? No, he's not that dumb. Okay. Not enough white mana to attack him with a Shanley event, so... Desecration Demon. Beginning of each combat, any opponent may sacrifice a creature if player does tap Desecration Demon, put a 1/1 counter on it. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down to 3 to activate this, so he's gone up to 8, so he has got enough mana for Griselbrand next turn. So I don't actually think I can afford to kill the Desecration Demon. Go for the Keru. I can Swords and Gatekeeping next turn. And get hit him with the Keru maybe. Let's do that. I don't want to sacrifice anything. I can afford to take 6 at this point. We've still got a Bojuka Bog in hand, I guess. There's the Gristle, and there's the Bog. Grab my irrelevant graveyard. Okay, so probably want to. So he chooses what he exiles. So I guess I want to attack with the Keru first before I kill the Griselbrand. So it's got Menace, so I can just walk on through. Exile. Hey, Doom Whisperer. Okay, so I guess if I still the Plowshares, the Griselbrand, and he pays, draws 7, and I can just lightning bolt him in response to kill him. So I guess I want to target the Griselbrand with it. Yeah, draw 7 cards. Jeez, I'm out with a lightning bolt. And here I was complaining that lightning bolt, all it was good for is targeting his face. Okay. Bit awkward on the black mana situation, but I'm gonna keep it. Okay. Oh, that was a... Yeah, that was a mistake. I don't think he's got... It doesn't seem like he's got any creatures with less than 3 mana. Oh. So I was going to say it was a mistake playing the white source because the Caracas, because then I can't play Gifted Aetherborn. But now he's just Urborged all my troubles away. Thanks, AJ. I appreciate it. Master of the Feast. Okay. Oh, well, this is a tempting Mathis into Terminate next turn on the Master of the Feast. So I get the card draw from the Master's ability and then another one from when it dies. Yeah, let's do that. I think I can afford to take 5 damage. I've got a life link and this grants me life as well. Nice, I'll end. Cabal of Coughs, this is kind of scary with the Urborg. Desecration Demon. I think I'm just going to sword the Desecration Demon and then terminate the swing for 5 and then terminate the Master after it's drawn me another card. And hold up Caracas to play around a Damnation. Oh yeah, I forgot that it stacks, the ability stacks, that's nice for me. Oh, a pair of Cabal Coffers with an Urborg is certainly scary. So terminate this thing. Yeah, Damnation. Just return the Mathis. And another 5 mana. What's he got? Another Master. Let's play Mathis back out and then hold up the Caracas and the swords. I won't get my bounty because it's a exiling effect, but I still want to draw a card off its own ability. Genesis Edict. Just return it. And Amit to turn on. One, two, three, four, five, six. I'm just going to draw out the Mathis. Shrink the Amit a little bit, and then play a Gifted Aetherborn. Shrink the Amit even a little bit more. And then put a bounty out on its head. Whenever it deals comment damage to a player, remove all -1/-1 counters from it. I guess I'll just trade the Gifted Aetherborn. I could block it with a Mathis and then bounce the Mathis, but... and then just shrink it by casting spells, but I don't think that's necessary. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Swing for 3, play a Bloodline and a Gifted Aetherborn. Just continue to hold up the Karakas in case of Damnation or Griselbrand. Or anything that wants a swords, I guess. Do we play the Badlands? Is that permitted? Yes, it is. More Cabal Coffers. So he's got infinite mana basically, and there's the Damnation. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. Let's just play out both creatures. Oops. And then I can leave the Sign in Blood until next turn. Yep, there we go. And set that upkeep stock because I've got tons of lands. Seven mana. That's a scary amount of mana. 12 mana. Pestilence Demon. I think what I do is, in response, bounce the Mathis so he can't kill it with the ability. get Badlands, I guess. Sign some of my blood away. So wait, that's actually count how much damage this represents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it can deliver another 7 damage to me with the Pestilence Demon. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's just... who needs all this blood? Okay, now I'm going to swords. I'll then play the Mathis out. So he is stacking... he's stacking all of them, which does the most damage, but it also means he doesn't get the life from the swords because it kills it, so the Pestilence Demon kills itself. Chainer's Edict, so just another bounce of the Mathis. So if he gets another Pestilence Demon, it's basically irrelevant what life I'm at. So just keep drawing cards. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. I think I'm just going to red, white, black. Play a Mathis, play an unkicked Gatekeeper, and then play the Rocky Tarpit. Playing another one doesn't actually, it goes from 5 to 7 damage. It doesn't actually change the clock because 7 doesn't get him. Doing 7 to 11 minus 7 is 4, which is more than lightning bolt can do. So I did not consider this. He's got Chainer's Edicts in his, just the one. No, he's got both Chainer's Edicts in his graveyard. So I just threw away a Gatekeeper for no reason. Ooh, and I'm it. Yeah, it's just... Wait, did I... with Kicker. So he's at 8, 5 essentially with a lightning bolt. At worst he can flashback a Chainer's Edict. Playing the Bloodline Keeper does improve the clock. Yeah, let's go for it. What's he got? All Hallows Eve, okay. So he's going to be dead before that goes off. Unless I'm somehow miscounting. I'm pretty sure 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9. So let's just bolt him in response. Sacrifice the Gatekeeper. And swing for 6. And Vampires are able to do it again. Okay, here we are after a very successful 4-0 event-winning experience with Vampires. One major thing I realised from that last match against AJ was Urborg would be better than a Swamp, just to later rare occasions where you've got a Urborg, Caracas or Plateau draw and you actually need to play Signing Blood or Gifted Aetherborn or Champion of Malakir on curve. Just marginally better and more useful. Big change, well, I guess it's not actually that big, but the main change to the deck for this event was I had Mathis, Fiendseeker, who seemed pretty good. It does suffer a bit from if the deck is... But if you're managing to kill your opponent's creatures, that's the deck actually functioning properly, and if you're not, then that's the deck struggling. So it's kind of a card that makes the deck better when it's already doing well, and isn't as good when you're doing badly, which is generally not a great thing. But on the other hand, a 3/3 menace for 3 is just, even if you can't get the second abilities to actually do anything, it's still fine. It's not amazing, but it's still fine. And even if you're in a situation where you're playing against an aggro deck and all you can do is play it, let it trigger once, and then trade off with the targeted creature, that's still fine. I mean, for 3 mana, trading off and drawing a card and getting 2 life against aggro is pretty good. Well, one thing it did make me think is maybe I should change around my removal package a little bit. Just Swords to Plowshares obviously is kind of awkward with it, and there was that time in the first match against Naga where I had a Mathis and a Lightning Bolt, and I think Graven Cairns was my source of red, which meant that I couldn't get the Mathis trigger and then Lightning Bolt afterwards. So I was thinking maybe just moving over to like some Fatal Pushes or something, just some kind of black removal, just to make it not removing all the Lightning Bolts in the Soul Supply shares, obviously, because they're just too good, but maybe shaving down on 1 or 2 of each to fit in some black removal, just so it's a little less awkward with Mathis and the mana costs. Shaman event, that's the other thing I added for this event. I finally got some copies of it, and that was pretty great. Just good against the Damnations that I faced, and just a good way of padding your life total. Kirin Mind Eater is... I'm less sure about it. It's got the potential to be really powerful, but if you get to the point where you're only casting it after the opponent's already emptied their hand, then it's just a 1/3 menace for 3, which is not so good. Still, I think it just needs some more testing before I want to actually remove it. And there is just something very inherently fun about stealing the opponent's cards and getting to play with them. Not really sure why it is so satisfying, but it is. I think everything else makes sense. Vampires is a pretty interesting try just because there are quite a lot of very good cards for it and a lot of different things you could do to the deck. But, I mean, going 4-0 with it is a good indication that it isn't very broken, so probably should resist the temptation to fix it too much. And I did have a lot of fun playing it, which is also a good sign. I also had a very spooky time playing with it, which is the whole point of this event, I suppose. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and tune in again next week for some more Tribal Wars.